Finally, the long wait has come to an end and the day has finally arrived. And I'm very happy and elated to host today's inauguration program of DLIBRARY Podium Talks this pleasant evening. But before we start to the interactive session, there is a great video awaiting for you all. So please lend a ear and listen to each and every word of this video carefully, and I'm sure it will make you relaxed.
Hi friends. What do Harry Potter, Katniss Everdeen, and Frodo all have in common with myths? The heroes of ancient. What if I told you they are all variants of the same hero? You believe that? Joseph Campbell did. He studied myths from all over the world and published a book called The Hero with a Thousand Faces, retelling dozens of stories and explaining how each represents the mono-myth or hero's journey. So, what is the hero's journey? Think of it as a cycle. The journey begins and ends in a hero's ordinary world, but the quest passes through an unfamiliar, special world. Along the way, there are some key events. Think about your favorite book or movie. Does it follow this pattern? Status quo. That's where we start. 1. Call to adventure. The hero receives a mysterious message. An invitation, a challenge? 2. Assistance. The hero needs some help, probably from someone older, wiser. 3. Departure. The hero crosses the threshold from his normal, safe home, and enters the special world and adventure. We're not in Kansas anymore. 4. Trials. Being a hero is hard work. Our hero solves a riddle, slays a monster, escapes from a trap. 5. Approach. It's time to face the biggest ordeal, the hero's worst fear. 6. Crisis. This is the hero's darkest hour. He faces death and possibly even dies, only to be reborn. 7. Treasure. As a result, the hero claims some treasure, special recognition, or power. 8. Result. This can vary between stories. Do the monsters bow down before the hero, or do they chase him as he flees from the special world? 9. Return. After all that adventure, the hero returns to his ordinary world. 10. New life. This quest has changed the hero. He has outgrown his old life. 11. Resolution. All the tangled plot lines get straightened out. 12. Status quo, but upgraded to a new level. Nothing is quite the same once you are a hero. Many popular books and movies follow this ancient formula pretty closely. Let's see how well The Hunger Games fits the hero's journey template. When does Katniss Everdeen hear her call to adventure that gets the story moving? When her sister's name is called from the lottery. How about assistance? If anyone going to help her on her adventure? Hey Mitch. What about departure? Does she leave her ordinary work? She gets on a train to the capital. Okay, so you get the idea. What do you have in common with Harry Potter, Katniss Everdeen, and Frodo? Well, you're human, just like them. The hero's journey myth exists in all human cultures and keeps getting updated, because we humans reflect on our world through symbolic stories of our own lives. You leave your comfort zone, have an experience that transforms you, and then you recover and do it again. You don't literally slay dragons or fight Voldemort, but you face problems just as scary. Joseph Campbell said, "In the cave you fear to enter lies the treasure you seek." What if the symbolic cave you fear to enter? Auditions for the school play? Baseball tryouts? Love? Watch for this formula in books, movies and TV shows you come across. You will certainly see it again. But also be sensitive to it in your own life. Listen for your call to adventure. Accept the challenge. Conquer your fear and claim the treasure you seek. And then, do it all over again.
So clearly, the story conveys one's sole meaning. No man is born with a silver spoon in his mouth. A common man is not a hero by birth itself, be it a movie or a real life. The situation transforms him from a common man to a hero. Now, to kickstart this amazing interactive session, let me first introduce myself. So, I am Sreshtha, a third year undergraduate student from NIT Agartala. And in today's session, we have one such hero among us who has overcome all the hurdles and have reached great heights in life. Now, with all due respect, let me introduce to you all the real life hero of today's evening and a software engineer in Microsoft, Mr. Ritik Kumar, who is a great inspiration for each and every one of us. He has achieved a lot in his respective career field, some of them being the winner of Microsoft Ideathon 2020, the Flipkart Greet 2020. He was the top 20 participants. He was the winner of Smart India Hackathon 2020. He was also the Alpha Microsoft Student Partner, the NIT's Hackathon 2020 winner. These are just some of the many achievements of his. Now, Mr. Ritik Kumar will be enlightening us with a lot of knowledge this evening, and today's episode is going to be packed with his experience of acknowledging journey from NIT Agartala to Microsoft. Stay tuned and keep posting all your queries in the comment section, and we will be taking them in the later part of the session. So, today's session will be divided into three segments. The first segments will be the career buzz, where we will be asking him questions regarding his the second segment will be his about his life experiences, and finally the third part will be a rapid fire round. So now, with all due respect, let me please welcome Mr. Ritik Kumar to share some insights and motivate us.
Yeah. Hello,
Good
everyone.
evening, good evening,
Good
sir.
evening,
So
Krishna.
I congratulate you on behalf of my entire team. So, sir, working in a very top-notch company like Microsoft, what was your, which is like a dream for many of us. What was your experience in this? Like,
Okay.
how do you feel about?
First of all, thank you for such a warm welcome. And secondly, I'm no good hero. Okay, so I'm just a common student as you are. So I just graduated. To introduce myself, I graduated this year from NIT Agartala. I have completed my bachelor's technology with majors in computer science and engineering in from computer science engineering department in NIT Agartala. I'm currently placed as a software engineer at Microsoft. It has been 1.5 months since I joined Microsoft, and yet it has been a very incredible and exciting journey here. A lot of learnings, lot of working on such a large scale products that we have used ever since our childhood, like Windows, Bing, Outlook, Visual Studio, and much more. I work on Microsoft Office products, so that's my introduction. Yeah.
Sir, how was it possible for a like a normal student from India to get placed in a company like Microsoft? So, sir, can you please give us some insights of your journey?
Oh, okay. So there is one thing, like a lot of YouTubers I have seen, they say a lot of road maps to get into product-based companies, and a lot of them are quite helpful, and a lot of them are quite tells summarizes a lot of things that you should have on your resume or that you should have done in your PTEX that would help you to get into product-based companies. There are a number of such roadmaps, but personally, if you ask me, I'll say just try to explore technology. Like if you want to get into a software engineering world, obviously then the technology will be more of software related. So you can try learning programming languages, build your own uh, projects, be it Android, web, machine learning, deep learning, anything that sparks interest in the domain, that shows that you are interested in learning, that shows that you are creative enough, and that's it. Like you if you keep doing this for your BTech journey, like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, then definitely I'm sure that you will get into a very good company. So that's what I feel.
Thank you so much, sir. That was really very inspiring, and I really hope our audience will learn a lot from you throughout this session. So, sir, moving on to our first segment, that is the career buzz. So, I'll be asking you some questions regarding your journey, your career, everything. So, the first question which we have is like, why did engineering among all the other careers? Like, why engineering?
Okay, for me it was bit of like choice from my childhood. I am into coding since my childhood, but yeah, not that much. I didn't know much about web, Android, and so much of things. things. But yeah, I had some bit of idea on C++, Java, because it was part of my school days curriculum. So I personally liked it if I compare with other subjects. So that was, I was personally interested in coding. And when I got into engineering, like I started learning new tech stacks, a new building on projects. And when I got feedback from my batchmates, from my seniors, that yeah, this looks fine, this is good, okay, you are doing something, you're learning something, so that motivated me to pursue it further. So that's what I try to dive further into it, and that's how my interest grew into it.
So shows how much you are into like computer science engineering. So, sir, what were your expectations before joining the computer science engineering, and what was your expectation after coming out of it? Like, what was the difference? Was it like you imagined or something different?
No, it was completely different, to be honest. Like when I joined, I was expecting that the curriculum needs to be more of a, like such a oriented that you will get more hands-on experience on things. You will learn about new technologies, and you will learn about web, cloud, blockchain, machine learning, deep learning, and so many of n number of things. But in reality, the curriculum is more of a theory-oriented kind of thing. Like they teach you a lot of theories in the colleges, in most of the colleges it is. In final year, you get some time to build up projects, and you get some optional subjects. But most of the time is like you just learn the theory. But so that was a completely not of my expectation. But one thing that I like, that in engineering get a lot of time. That's for everyone. If anyone says that I don't have time in engineering, then he's probably lying, because we have always have like enough ample amount of time to learn things on our own, to browse videos on YouTube, or to learn on Udemy, Udacity, or any other sites. So that's what was one advantage, and that was one unexpected thing, that I was not expecting that I will get so much of time apart from my curriculum. But yeah, so that was one expectation that was not fulfilled. But in some other way, I was getting time to do things which I like. So probably that balanced it for me.
Okay, so sir, we would also like to know about your experience with Microsoft, like your interview experience. So we would be glad if you shared it with us.
Okay, so like any product-based companies, Microsoft also have various rounds. Some of them are DS algo based. So DS algo based, it's not more about the solution that I say. It's more about your approach, that how you're approaching a particular problem, and then how you're trying to optimize it, or how you are trying to, if like in most of the cases, sometimes you don't even know the solution to a particular problem. So you begin from scratch, and that's how it tests it, that how you're approaching a problem, how you're thinking it through to approach a solution, and then how finally, once you arrive a solution, how you're trying to optimize it. So that's on the DSL ground. It varies. Sometimes it's 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 2 to 3 rounds, or sometimes even 1 round happen. And then there are questions on subjects like operating systems, database management, object-oriented programming, and sometimes some networking as well. And apart from this, you obviously will get questions on your resume, on your projects, on the competitions that you have done, or if you have done any prior internships, so you can get questions on the projects that you have done on internships.
So, sir, since you mentioned that you were passionate about coding even in your school years, like from which platform did you start?
Okay, so in school days, I was not aware of any such platform. So in school days, we used to write code on pen and paper. So that was only for exams. But I started coding when I entered into college. So I initially started from hackathon, but then I switched to Geeks for Geeks, and I did interview bit, and then later lead code and code forces. So these were some platforms that I tried. You can pick any one of these. Like I personally find all of them helpful. It's only about which platform you are comfortable with solving on. Like suppose I am comfortable with solving on lead code, then I can do that continuously. So I am trying to do on lead code. That's fine. If someone is comfortable on solving on HackerRank, and he's trying to do trying to solve problems on HackerRank, that's also completely fine. They just try to pick one platform and stick to it. Most people, what they do is they do questions on LeetCode, and then they do the same questions on HackerRank, and then they move to some other platform and do the same questions. So that's not how you will grow. That's not how your problem solving skills will improve. If you're sticking to the platform, try to stick to it and try to solve. And it's not about solving a lot of problems, like I'm solving 1,000 problems and targeting to solve. That's not how it works. You can take, okay, I'll solve three problems a day or five problems a day, but I'll learn something out of it at the end of the day. So that's how you can keep a target, and that's how it will help you.
So, sir, what are your unique ways of problem solving? Like, is there any like solving procedure, or it's just a intuition kind of thing?
Okay, so at the beginning, the intuition doesn't work. For me also, it doesn't. It didn't work. Like in the beginning, when I saw a problem, so I was completely. I used to get puzzled. Okay, should I use a stack, or is it? Should I use a heap, or is it a DP kind of problem? So it wouldn't strike. How to approach the problem. Only a brute force solution would obviously come to a mind, but the optimal solution would be far away. But after solving problems continuously, then you start getting it. Okay, this can be optimally solved by this method, or this can be optimally solved by this method, and that's only comes by practice. So in the starting level, it was like kind of wild, and it's a lot of problems are like can be solved by only a particular data structure in a most optimal way, and we I couldn't also guess at that point of time, so I watched YouTube videos of that particular problems. I tried to see, okay, how they are approaching the problem, and then I implemented it. Obviously, I just saw the algorithms. I tried to get some hints from it, and I implemented it. But yeah, later when I tried after doing this for continuously for some months, then I started to get the intuition, okay, that I can solve this particular problem from a data structure. So then the intuition started coming.
Okay, so sir, since most of our audiences are just beginners, so what is your like idea? What are the common mistakes which every beginner commit at the early stage of their coding?
Okay. Yeah, I'll say this because I committed it myself as well. Like in first years, I started with learning Android. Then I did it for some months, like 4 5 months. I was into making projects on Android, and then I didn't like it very much. Then I switched to a web. Then I started learning web technologies much, and then I spent a lot of time on it. Then I started learning machine learning, and then I spent a lot of time on it, and I didn't do much of TSA problem solving on this. So what I was doing is I was jumping from like trying to be jack of all trades and master of none. And basically, my foundations were not that strong because I didn't have very much. I didn't do problem solving a lot. So I was like, I was able to create apps, but that those were not efficiently coded. I was not able to handle things about the multiple code that I was writing. But then I started to learn problem solving. I started to solve problems. Then when the mind started, and when I started a bad algorithm, this is a good algorithm. So one thing I'll suggest is that even if you're learning something, that's completely fine. But try to solve problems, try to do some coding side by side, because that will improve the way you write code. And try to choose something like to build some projects. Try to build some projects for your personal growth, because that will also help you in your resume, in your interviews, as well as in to learn new stacks and gain some interest in it. So these are the two things that I like you to not bounce on a lot of things, and try to do some coding, and try to do some projects, because that will spark your interest in it.
So, sir, since you said that practicing is the key, so we all know that is the best way to practice is through competitive coding. So, sir, how was it like you were able to manage both competitive programming as well as the academics parallelly? So, what was your experience in that?
Okay, so for academic, I am like I used to study for my college exams for in the last 15 days of exam, and I feel that's sufficient. If someone feels like okay, yeah, 15 days is too less to study, yeah, obviously I was attending classes, so that's if I am attending class and even if I am a last bencher, I would like to take some things from the classes, some learnings. Won't be able to like learn everything in the class itself, but at least something. If I'm sitting in class, I can learn one concept. Okay, so that's fine. I do not learn everything in the class itself. So and I was used to like do my ensign or exam preparation 15 to 20 days before the examinations. And between the time, I used to do coding and my personal projects, and I don't didn't focus much on academics until unless there were exams. Yeah, obviously I used to learn things like I don't used to mug up and do and just vomit in the exams or write in the exam. You can, I follow the strategy, just understand things, and you can simply write in exam. For computer science, it's simple because all the subjects are logical subjects. I feel that you can, if you are able to understand the subjects, you can simply write in your own words in the exam. You don't need to mug up things in the exam. So that's how I do it. And meanwhile, I used to do my projects. And I used to have a small circle of friends. And all of them were into coding and competitive coding. So we used to sit together and like discuss problems or do programming and keep competitions together. So that also.
Okay. So now, as the time has come, like everyone is focusing in the IT sector, even those one in from the non-core branches. So, sir, any suggestion you would like to give to the audience who are from the non-CSE branch?
Okay.
How
Okay, so if you are interested in programming or any such thing, then like now I don't feel that branch matters a lot because I see a lot of students from different branches, from mechanical, civil, electrical, and other backgrounds. They also are joining into IT sector, and even as freshers, they are like joining. So it's more about your interest into programming and more about your passion into coding and your projects that you have built. So that will speak for itself. Like if one the principle I follow, that if I know something and if I am confident on it and I have learned something on my own and that's not in my syllabus and no one knows that I know something, then I can confidently write in my resume that I know particular technology or know I know particular thing. And if the interviewer feels that okay, let me test him on this, he will probably ask some few questions, and if you have read anything, you will be obviously able to answer them. So just focus on your skills, and that will ultimately speak for itself. You don't branch won't matter that at that point of time.
so, sir, talking about internships and projects, like how many minimum projects or internships need to be done to get a good placement?
Okay, for a placement, like internship is not compulsory. Okay, so internship is something that you do on your own interest. Yeah, that obviously helps while you are sitting for placements, but it's not compulsory. That a lot of students get demotivated. I don't have an internship, and how can I get into good companies? So that's not that. But yeah, I'm not also trying to say that don't go for internships. Don't try. You can try for internships. If you get into it, that's well and good. You can learn things in your school, in your college life itself, that you can see how in industry a team works. You can get to be a part of a team. You can get to be part of learn from people from outside India as well. Learn from people who have a lot more experience in the industry, who know a lot of tech stacks. So that's more important. So internship is more of a learning thing. It's not like that I have to do it, and if I'm not done, I cannot get into it. But yeah, you should obviously try for internships, at least one that you can try to get into a good internship anywhere, be it a startup, be it a product-based companies, be it anything. But you can learn in internship, like in any company. Obviously, you will learn something out of it. I have done internships that were not paid. I have done internships, research internships at IIT. I have done internship at Microsoft. I have like experienced internship, but only thing I felt was common, that I was trying to learn something, and only thing I was like focusing is to learn, and that's how I took something out of my internship, not to do anything else. And regarding projects, see, a lot of students ask me that I have done 15 projects and I have done 10 projects. So is it sufficient for my resume? And this very first question I ask them is, okay, you have done 15 projects. Will you be able to put 15 projects in your resume? And just tell me. And if someone says that he has done 15 projects in his BTech career, obviously those projects are very small projects, and he has just made those projects out of one. So that's good. But if you are making even one project, and you are learning a lot of things, like let's say you have made one Android app, and you have it connected the app to the database, and you have made the app live on Play Store or anything, and you have focused a lot of on building features on that one particular app, and you have done a lot of things. You have spent a good amount of time, for 5 months, 6 months, in making that project. And even if that is one project, the interviewer can easily spend asking questions and seeing that even if you have done one project, you know a lot of things. You have learned things in depth, in comparison to a person who has done 15 projects, and but he has not learned too much in depth, just he has done all the projects superficially. So that's what I would suggest, that even if you're doing one project or two project or three project, that's completely fine. But just whatever you're doing, just try to learn something out of it. Let's say if you have done one project in web development, you will be able to explain what have you done and how can you make the project better, and what things have you learned out of that project. So that's important.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to know, like, there are many students who are not selected in the internships or in the placement. So ultimately, what happens? They lose their confidence. So, like, what do you want to tell them to endure, to move on? Like, and also, have you ever faced such or like?
Okay, regarding confidence, okay, one thing is I'll say is, see, you are still young. I myself, I am very young. So at this age, you can achieve anything that you want, right? You want, it's just the beginning. It's not the end. Even if you have not done very much, like मैंने उतना नहीं मचाया है मैंने अपने बीटेक में. If you are feeling like that, and someone has done so many things in his BTech, but on the day of placement, on the day of when you're sitting in an interview, the person who is taking your interview, he will look into you and see whether you are able whether you are eager enough to learn things, whether you are passionate about your job that you're interviewing for, whether you are passionate about the technology passionate about the technology to work that you're going to work on, whether you have that zeal or not. If you have that thing, then then I feel that someone will be there who will be willing to give you a chance. So it's just the beginning, it's not the end. So there is nothing to get demotivated or lose your confidence. There is nothing such. Because I have seen students who have like not prepared too much, but they start preparing very late. But yeah, it's never too late to start preparing. Once you start preparing, you will always find that you are learning something, and that will always help you. So yeah, never lose your confidence.
Why did you start working rather than like pursuing higher studies?
Okay, that's a good question. Okay, to be very honest, I love computer science. I still love computer science. Any day I can pick up any subject, or I can start reading it, with operating system, DBMS, or anything. And my current job, I like Microsoft at Microsoft. If you're in a good product-based companies, they always keep inspiring you to learn more. Okay, so they give you time to learn. There is a day of learning programs where you can take the entire day off from your work and you can devote yourself to learn something new. They organize boot camps for their employees on a lot of technologies that you and also very large scale boot camps. So that's also a place to learn. So it's not that my learning has stopped. It's just that I have started a job. I work on some things. I work on problems. I work on real life problems, and I'm also implementing the things that I have learned yet. And every day I'm learning something from my seniors, from in the company, from my managers, from my peers, and also a lot of other activities that company organize so that my learning never stops. So if you are in such a company, you always get time to learn. So that's what I like in my job. So yeah, so that's what I choose a job over my studies.
Okay, sir. Last but not the least, we would like to know that what or who was your inspiration behind this journey from NIT Agartala to finally you ended up in Microsoft. So, what was your inspiration throughout?
Okay, so I was always inspired by a lot of my seniors. Okay, tell you why. Because when now you see an Agartala, it has achieved great heights. You can see the students from an Agartala getting into space technology, getting into national competitions, robotic competitions, coding competition, and so on. But when I was in first year in 2017, there was no such culture as it is now, but still I saw a lot of seniors who were striving through to make this culture, to build this, to make this culture that our students go to participate into national level competitions, go to represent the college, to build up a coding club so that there is students who can discuss problems among themselves, learn from each other. So I always saw this zeal in seniors, and whenever I approach a senior, I never used to get a no. Okay, I'm very busy. I won't be able to help you. It's like, okay, you can come over to my room at in the evening. We'll discuss. You can come over. I'll help you in the project. So this was one thing, and so this thing it kept me motivated. And whenever I saw seniors like achieving beyond what we would have expected, so that also inspired me. Okay, if I seniors are able to do, why can't we try and we can also do things?
So, sir, what was your passion? Like, what is passion according to you? How will you define that?
Okay, for me, something that I cannot get bored of. So that's in simple terms. If you cannot get bored of something, so that's definitely you are passionate about that thing. Like if you are passionate about singing and you can listen to music and you can sing. If you are passionate about photography, you can climb mountains to do photography. And if you are passionate about coding, you can like sit. If I like, I can spend hours not because someone asked me to do solve this problem, not because I'm required to solve this problem in this particular time, but because I want to solve this problem. So that's what for me passion is. Like if you can do that thing without any compulsion, without any force, and only because you are interested in it. So that's your passion.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing all these things. You really inspired each one of us here. So, yes, we are done with our first segment, and now we will be moving on to our second segment. And to conduct that, I would like to call my co host, and she will continue with the second segment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
A very good evening, sir. This is Cypria from NIT Allahabad, third year undergraduate. It's a privilege and honor to be hosting this event, and you're such an inspiring personality, sir.
Thank you again.
So it's like listening to you. Like I want to listen it throughout. I don't want to stop at all. That's so inspiring. That's so inspiring.
Okay. Thank you so much for those comments.
Yes, sir. So, sir, we have gone through the first round. That was an exciting and very informative round. We have gone through in a very short period of time. So, without any further delay, let's get into the second round with the same energy. So, sir, are you excited?
Yeah, I am super excited.
Yes, sir. So, the second round is down the memory lane. So, we'll be showing you some pictures. So, within 10 seconds of time limit, and after 10 seconds of time limit, I'll be having a question for you. And there you go, you have to answer me.
Okay, sure.
So, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes, sir. So, there we go with the first picture on the screen, sir.
Okay. Have you shared the picture because I'm not able to see?
Sir, just a minute, just a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir. So, I don't
Like,
think you need 10 seconds of time at all.
yeah, I'll do so many memories. Like sharing one will be not pair with all other memories.
Yes, sir.
But yes, I have one very good memory.
Yes, sir.
So once I was in first year, I was walking to like the statue or sorry, the equipment. So there was a senior and he called me. So actually, he told me I didn't wish him. So I was like, okay, so this is a kind of bragging. So I didn't wish him, and he told me he didn't scold anything. So he told me that you should always wish your seniors while passing by. Okay, I'll keep in mind, and I wished him, and I greeted him, and I passed by. So I met him in robotics club after
Yes,
a few days, and like he was one of the very best seniors that I have came across. I learned a lot of things from him. He showed me the path to programming, and he told me to start with problem solving on platforms like HackerRank and Food Courses. So that was one very good memory I still have.
yes, sir. So I have few questions on based on your college. So I hope I'll take you through the nostalgia. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So please, can you describe your college life?
Fun, exciting, sleepless nights, a lot of friends, uh, too much of learning. That's so always there. Fun with juniors, clubs. I loved all of the clubs that I was part of, and that was a very good memory because in clubs we never used to think that this is night or this is evening or this is beyond time. We would used to spend like throughout night inside the clubhouse. Like we would be awake, we would be doing something, but that was like quite fun.
So you say that your college life is flooded with full of memories.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So I have a question. This is a personal question of mine. So because of this pandemic, we students are being monitored online. So you had your college through the offline session. So do you have any advisors or any suggestions that you want to give students who are going through this online session?
Okay. One thing that I can suggest is since it's online, so you must be meeting a lot of in a formal way, like in a classroom or in Zoom calls. That probably the classroom nowadays. So what I would suggest is like try to make friends in college, and that's now the hindrance because you can't meet other people from your batch outside the classroom. So try to be part of clubs because there you can start an informal conversation with your friends. You can, and once you start informal conversation, you never know what someone knows that you are going to make a friend. Because I learned a lot from my friends. I didn't even have heard of like things like cloud, blockchain, or Bitcoin, something that exists, and my friends were mining Bitcoin. So I learned a lot about blockchain from them. So obviously, like not because only of learning, because of friends. And honestly, when you are in a good friend circle, and when the conversation, like when you talk about things, when you talk about technology, when you talk about placements, when you talk about internships, so you when you are with friends, that's how like the culture builds up, and you keep to learn things. So I would suggest that try making friends. Don't be like that. I am since we are in pandemic and no one knows when the colleges are going to open. And I personally don't want that anyone to graduate online because it is the worst thing that can happen to
Yes, sir.
anyone that
Yes, sir.
you are graduating online. So try to make friends, try to learn from them, try to share your learnings. Uh, be it anything, be it like you watch, discuss about movies, discuss about memes, but yeah, don't miss that part of college because that's very important.
Yes, sir. So, on this behalf, like I want to portray this point. This podium talks has the light on it because of this pandemic, we don't have the interaction with our seniors. Like I have seen, I have listened to you. Like you were saying that you have a great bonding with your seniors, right? So, because of this online session, we couldn't have that bonding with our seniors. So, through this podium talks, at least we want our seniors to enlighten us.
Yeah,
And thank you
sure.
for having us. Having
Okay, sure. Anything.
Yes, sir. So I have another question on this college round, college picture. So, so is there anything that you want to change, or you want to like do something going back to the past again to the college life?
Personally, no. There is nothing that I would like to change in my college life because yeah, there is nothing that I had a very perfect college life. I made mistakes because if I talk about my career, so I started programming very late. Like I started programming in my second years, and that was in the end of second year. So I didn't do much coding or research, but I still don't feel like I wasted that time. A lot of people say that I have wasted 3 semesters, but it's not that. I made friends in that time. I learned about things like Android, web, or anything, and later it helped me to build projects for my resume. So it's nothing was waste of time or nothing was something that I regret. Uh, I, I I made my fair share of mistakes. But I still learned from them. I wasted a lot of time somewhere, but I still feel that I didn't like uh, wasting some time is okay. Some
Yes.
sometime is okay, but if you're not planning to waste your entire 4 years, so that's also okay. So whatever you're doing, just enjoy it. So that's it.
So it's very inspiring. You telling that you don't have any regrets, and like you take those mistakes what you have committed before in a positive way.
Right.
So yes, sir. So without any further delay, let's get into our second picture. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it going to be the computer science and engineering department?
Okay. Okay. So this is so easy one for you.
Okay, so what do you want me to share a memory regarding Microsoft?
So if you have anything to share, that's great. And I have some few questions also. So
Okay.
let's first carry out with you. So you can share anything if you have any such memories that you want to share.
Okay, any such memories? I have not been to office or I have not done my internship in offline mode. Everything like I am associated with Microsoft has been virtual till now. So
Yes.
one thing that I felt was that it's such a big company. It's building such huge products. So there will be a lot of work that I need to do on my day-to-day basis, and my work-life balance would be like completely devastated. I would be sitting in front of my laptop screen and doing coding or something. But one thing I feel about Microsoft is that they care a lot about their employees and they care a lot about your work-life balance. So they you always get ample amount of time apart from your day-to-day work to live your personal life to do things that you would like. And my team also has been very like quite fun. We used to play games in office hours. My team has organized games in office hours. We used to have chat, discuss on texts, and discuss on what's coming new in Microsoft, what are the future technologies that may come up. So, like this has been one thing that I was not expecting that this would be so much. So,
Yes.
yeah, I probably like this a lot.
Yes. Also, why do you think Microsoft stands apart comparing to other MNCs? Yeah, do you?
It's nothing like that. I
Find-
have something for other MNCs. It's something like I did my internship. I like the culture. I joined into it, and I am enjoying it. And like I am like quite sure that the same culture is there with a lot of other MNCs, and the employees are equally enjoying their work there as well. So it's nothing like there is something I am I can comment about other MNCs that I have in I have in Microsoft and they don't. So that's I'm not sure.
Sir, did you ever have this idea of putting up a startup rather than working, or do you like working for such an MNC?
Okay, it's like what I'd say is okay. I don't have such a great idea at this point of time that I can work on building my own startup. So that's plain and bitter and truth. So I have tried building my apps, websites, and so much of things. But I don't feel like there is. I have still like one such idea strike me that okay, this is something that I can devote my entire time, or this is something that I can try to build. So yeah, at this point of time, I don't have such idea, and I'm enjoying my work, so that's why I work for this.
That's good to hear you, sir. That's good to hear you. Um, so, do you know the reason behind naming the company Microsoft? Why it's only just
Okay,
Microsoft?
okay. So I know the second part is software. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
and the first was is microprocessors. It is derived from microprocessors or microcomputing something.
yes,
So they named it Microsoft because it was like Microsoft was incorporated in 1975. So way back, microprocessors and such things were very common because that was the evolution. And Microsoft also initially started on by building operating systems for microprocessors and so that's why they combined both the terminologies micro from microprocessors or competition and then soft from software. That's how it.
yes, sir. Do you think the tier 3 college students can also crack companies like FAANG? If so, how can they?
To be very honest, I have met a very few people at Microsoft who are from Tier 1, Tier 2, and a lot of people who are from Tier 3. So there is nothing such that I am from Tier 1, I am Tier 2, or I am Tier 3. That only exists in your mind. There is nothing as such when it comes. It's only about your skills and how passionate you are about tech. If you are if you are like trying to learn something, if you want to learn something, and if you are passionate about something, then tire it just your barrier in your mind. There is nothing such in a real world. You can always yeah, if you are I'm not saying that Microsoft you can directly get into it, or it's just you can go and apply. I'll say just yeah, if you are from any tier 2, tier 3, or any tier, because I don't feel personally believe in any tier. I believe in the students, and I believe that if anyone is skilled enough, they can do anything. uh, don't be demotivated from the people around you, because I just keep your motivation high enough to achieve whatever you want, no matter of which college you belong, or whatever your branch is or anything.
Yes, so that was so insightful and so like pleasure hearing you from such an eminent personality like you. So let's get into the third picture, sir. So
Okay.
I think this would also take you through the nostalgia. I'm pretty sure.
Uh, so this might be from NIT Agartala, if it's nostalgic enough.
Like when I was just surfing your profile, right? LinkedIn profile, I found this. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So Anarch has I have a lot of memories from Anarch. Anarch was like, I have been part of this club for my entire 4 years of college. I still interact with my juniors of Anarch, and this was the best place I came across my juniors. I interacted with them. So the best memory from Anarch was like a tech fest. Uh, we used to remain asleep. Like we had no sleep cycle. We had no sleep timings for like the entire tech fest, which used to expand about like 7 days. We used to work throughout the night to build robots, to build the arena, to work with our juniors, guiding them, mentoring them, to build their projects, help them. And in turn, we used to learn, and that was super fun. And at the end of those 7 days after the fest, we used to party like very hard. Like we used to go out with our juniors and us, and we used to party. So that was like a very good memory for me, and yet I cherish it. And I feel like I should have been part of, like, finally I should have been offline so that I could have enjoyed one more tech fest in college.
Yes, sir. Can you please share something like how this club has impacted in your life? Did this club play any major role?
Okay, see, I am into a software developer profile. So I build software. So that my role currently has nothing to do with robotics. Okay, so robotics was something that I did it, like, not to take a job, or not to help myself in placement, because all the projects that I build in robotics, you won't be able to find in my resume. I don't state them because they're robotic project, and when I apply for software projects, I write my software projects. So one thing is that I did it out of my interest, because I was interested in robotics, and I liked it because I learned a lot of things that I would have never came across in my branch if I were focused more into software. Like, I came to learn about Arduino. I personally like bought a Raspberry Pi, installed an operating system into it, and tried building things on it. So that was one thing that I like learned from inside the club. And like came across n number of gadgets, like sensometers, or that that could have been used in robots, like Bluetooth devices, IR sensors, and so n number of things. So those were the things that I just came across in the club. I enjoyed to learn about them, and I learned them, and I eventually built something out of it. So I just did it for my fun enjoyment, and I saw it as a relaxing time for me.
Yes.
And
So this shows that you have zeal to learn every new thing possible, and that's great.
uh, can be stated in that way. Yeah. But yeah, if I like something, and I'm interested in something, I try to explore it. And if I'm getting an opportunity and time to explore it, then obviously, what's the harm in learning something new? One thing
Yeah.
that I learned, and this is a quote from my roommate. He was in my roommate in my first year. And whenever I used to try something, I used to feel like whether this will help me somewhere. So he one day told me, knowledge never goes waste.
Yes.
Your knowledge will never go waste. Yeah. So, and that hit me very hard because you never know when whatever you are learning, how it will help you in future. So never question yourself that why I am learning thing. If you are enjoying it and you want to learn it, just learn. It will somehow eventually help you in future.
Yes, sir. Uh, so I have a question, like why you haven't chosen this robotics as a career path when you are enjoying doing it?
Okay. Yeah. So in robotics, one thing that I segment that I enjoyed a lot was programming the hardware, not like building the hardware, because I found it like very challenging and very not much in it, because all every time my wire used to get burned out, or my hardware used to get disrupted because I plugged some wrong wire, or my power supply was very high enough. So that's I used to always mess it up, but I used to learn, but I didn't enjoy that part much. But I used to love coding and things. So that's how my interest into machine learning also grew, and I learned some things on machine learning. But ultimately, at the later stage, I realized that programming robots was not something that I can carry out about my like, if I want to say, let's say I am focusing for next 15 years, I can't be devoted enough to program robots or something. But yeah, I like it, and I can still do it. I love it. But but I enjoy a lot more building software. So that's why I chose a software engineering course, not a robotic.
Yes, sir. So let's get into our fourth picture now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Can we
this
just know
was
like what was happening there?
okay. So this is a picture from NIT Hackathon. So we were the we had won two competitions there. We were the winners in the hackathon, and the judges were Gaurav Sen and Rachit Jain, and we were the second runner-ups in a coding competition. So this was from NIT Hacks. It was organized in NIT Silchar. So that's what the picture was. And this picture is very important to me because at that point of time, and yet also, I I watch a lot of videos of Gaurav Sen and Rajit Jain, and I was nowhere. I didn't have any idea that they were going to be a judge for the competition. We were just going to participate. But when we visited there, and suddenly we were like building our project, and we saw that Rajit Jain and Gaurav Sen were there to judge our project. So that was like a very big moment for me, and it was they suggested a lot of things to us, and we had a very good interaction with them, and that's when we took the picture, so to keep one memory with them, so that we met them in person. And one thing I asked Rachit sir that time as well, that sir, you have been a part of Microsoft for quite a while now. So, what would be one suggestion that you give me to before joining Microsoft? So, I didn't join my internship back then. So, he just told me one thing: enjoy your work.
Yeah.
And
That
so,
shows actually how you enjoy your work.
yeah, so that's when I started enjoying a lot more my work. So, yeah, that was about the picture.
Yes, sir. So, can you like just state how this hackathons, participating in these hackathons, like it helped in your career growth?
Yeah. So hackathons, in hackathon, one thing that I feel very exciting enough, that you have a team and you have a deadline that you have to build something to
Yes.
show. Okay. And when you are under pressure now, so I feel that a lot of creativity that you would have never imagined comes out of you.
Yeah.
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 So that's I liked about the hackathons. I very first participated inside the college itself, and then I went to NIT Silchar to participate in NIT Hacks, and then later on I participated in the Smart City Hackathon, and we won there as well. So every
There
time
is no
hackathon,
hackathons as such.
yeah, so every time we were under that pressure, something new used to come out of us, and we were like, okay, this thing we couldn't have thought of if we're building this thing out of like in a stretched period of time. So yeah, and you learn a lot of things from others as well during the hackathon.
So, can you state, like, besides hackathons, are there any such events that would enhance students to bring out their creativity?
um, like a lot, there are a lot of events in college that enhance your creativity. Like hackathons is just one. You can participate. There are coding competitions, obviously. There are like if you are feared enough to speak in front of a large crowd, you can participate in uh, debates, extempores, or speeches in the college. I used to do that in my first year of college because speaking in front of a crowd that is mature enough also requires you to be mature enough to speak. So
Yes.
and that's is that you will I have seen people who were so frightened to go onto the stage, and but they they were like, okay, I want to get away with this fear, and they were like, okay, I can go into the stage. It's not like that I don't know very good English, I cannot speak. You will eventually learn. First, just go and participate. In first year, one senior told me that you are in first year, you have nothing much to do. So if anyone comes and says tells you that you will learn this thing, you if there is an event, you have to participate. And I thought that okay, just do it. What's my loss? I'll be spending some time, and ultimately I will getting be getting something out of it. So I just used to walk in any event, and I used to just enjoy. Sometimes I and my friends used to go for just for the snacks or the cold drinks, but still at that point of time we didn't realize that okay, we just wanted the snacks and cold drinks, but later we think, okay, this was something that we learned out of this, so that helps.
Yes, sir. So, shall we get into the last picture of this round, sir?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. And maybe the major part of your software development field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just
So
want you to tell the names of those logos, if you
okay, so
can.
first one is HackerRank, second
Yes,
is
sir.
CodeCraft, third is Leap Code, then
Yeah.
Code Forces, HackerEarth.
Yes.
Okay, the last three is challenging. I have not seen this yet.
That's okay, sir. That's
Uh,
okay. That's okay.
Not sure. Okay, the last three I'm not sure of.
Okay,
Uh,
sir. That's fine. That's fine. So, like, how do you feel when you think of, like, how were you before starting like at the earlier stages of your competitive programming, and now after, like, okay, you're comfortable now, like doing the programming now. So, how do you feel the change?
okay, so when I first started, I quit. I quit in like 7 days or 6 days. Then I started again. Then I again quit because I was not able to solve problems. Okay, and there was no one. And like now you have a lot of roadmaps or people who can tell you that okay, this is not the way to start. People you should tell that go for competitive programming, and you will eventually learn. But that's how it doesn't work that way because I started, I didn't know anything about advanced data structures like heap, dynamic programming, graphs, or anything. And I used to see a question, okay, and I used to get, okay, what is this? How can I solve this? So that happened with me two, three, four times, and then eventually after realizing that this is not the good way to approach things, I started to learn about basic data structures algorithm on gigs to gigs, solve problems on gigs to gigs. I solved a lot of problems on gigs to gigs. Then I got some confidence that I can move. I did problems on interview bit, and then I moved to lead code, and that's where I liked it a lot. And because every time I used to see a challenging problem, I used to feel that okay, I know a lot about DP and I can solve problem from DP. But then I used to see a problem on lead code, DP contest that I was not able to solve. So I used to again learn something new. So that's what I kept doing and kept learning. So I made mistakes. I didn't approach it in a good way in the starting, but eventually, after making those mistakes after a lot of number of times, I eventually found my one way how I can approach problems and how is what is a good way to do it.
Yes, sir. So, like, would you like want to state any strategies to the beginners, like how
Okay,
they need to?
for beginners, like I would suggest is firstly learn the data structures and algorithms. Okay, because see, to be very honest, if you are going directly for a computer programming and you see a problem of dynamic programming, it's most likelihood you won't be getting how to solve this problem. It may be a variation of a standard dynamic programming problem like knapsack or something, or it may be a completely new problem, but still you
Yes,
don't know the concept of dynamic programming, or you don't know traversals like BFS, TFS in a graph, how to implement it optimally, or you don't know how to implement heaps or some things like optimally. So try to learn the data structures in the beginning, and once and do it for quite while. Pick one data structure, try learning it, mastering it, and then move to another, and do this for quite a while. And after you feel that okay, I have learned uh, and something that I know the data structures. You don't need to be a very super master in that, but you know it and you know the basic algorithm, and you have done it for quite a while now. And then you can start the like cognitive programming and keep doing it. One thing I'm sure that even if you are very good at data structures and algorithms, you have done it. Still, when you start cognitive programming, you will face hurdles like the problems you won't be able to strike the solutions in the very first
yes,
go. You won't be able to approach problems, but that's completely fine. Don't get demotivated. Just keep learning from your mistakes, and I'm sure that there are a lot of YouTubers from where you can learn competitive programming, how to approach problems, what all levels of contest that you should appear initially, and those things. So you can learn those things from YouTube and keep practicing it, and you will eventually improve.
so I have a question. Like many, when you were starting, like doing your competitive programming, you might have faced some difficulties, right? So
Right.
can you like just state any of those few difficulties you faced while doing your competitive programming?
The one was I like when we solve PSL for problems, you have in back of a mind that okay, I need to use a particular data structure or algorithm to figure this solution out. But when you do competitive programming, one thing is that you don't get any idea what this problem is about, how to approach this problem. So that's what one big problem that I felt. But the very good solution to this problem is keep practicing, as
Yes,
simple as that. And then the second hurdle which I felt was like I didn't you should like if I am able to solve 1300, 1400, 1500 problems, I won't go for a higher rated problem because I felt that I won't be able to do it. But if you are comfortable with 1500, I would suggest that approach to that 1600 problem, and that's where your learning will happen. And if you are comfortable with 1800, approach that 1900, 2000 problem. So when you keep pushing a boundary, you will be getting comfortable with it as well.
yes. So you were telling that at your early programming days, when you were as a beginner, you felt like quitting it, and again you
Yeah.
used to bounce back. You used to quit again, and you used to bounce back. So how do you like held on motivating yourself, like getting into this programming again?
Uh, See, I used to quit because I didn't feel that I am not liking it. I still wanted to solve the problem, but the problem was I didn't have a very good strategy or approach to the problem. So that's what. And every time I try to like build on a new strategy, okay, I will learn my basic DS algo and then I'll go for it. But still I fail. Then okay, I'll practice my basic DS algo and then I'll go for it. Then again, I failed because a lot of my practice was I didn't remember a lot of algorithms. It's not about mugging up, but there should be something like this should be in the back of the mind. Okay, there is something such kind of algorithm or data structure. Then when I got like very good confidence in data structures, and then when I approached those problems which was unable to do, I was able to do, and then I thought that okay, now this was a good strategy for me.
Yes, sir. So, so I would like to conclude here because I'm already time constrained right now. So if at all I go
Okay.
on talking, I still keep talking to you like this. So such a beautiful memory, sir. Thank you for sharing
Okay.
them. So round was
Thank
fully
you.
rejuvenating with all these insights. So let's call upon my co-host Sreshta again. She'll be taking up the round three. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. So again, I'm back. So thank you so much, sir, for sharing all these beautiful memories of your life. And since maximum of the students here are like enjoying colleges only through online classes, so it was a very delightful experience for them as well, since they were able to enjoy the college from your point of view. So thank you so much, and also thank you so much, Priya, for conducting this session nicely. So, sir, next segment is a rapid fire segment. So, it's supposed to be a fun segment. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, first of all, we'll be starting with the first question. That is, what was your lockdown mantra?
What was my lockdown month? Initially, it was very difficult to figure out that and since now everything has gone virtual, how to do things. But one thing that I liked was coding. So and there were like classes were very few because since it was online and I would used to save a lot of time because in college you have to go to the classes, then you have to come back, you get tired and all. So only thing I used to do was coding and like working on my resume that I felt that okay have I if there was some project that I feel like okay I can do on that project and I mentioned on my resume I used to do that. Otherwise most of the time I used to spend on coding and that's how like I because I was completely clueless about what to do so I write one thing so I did.
So, sir, that was a very effective way of spending the time, the ample amount of time which we all had in lockdown. So, sir, according to you,
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
no, according to you, what is success?
What is success? Your happiness. If you are happy doing something, if you are happy cooking, and you are like you like cooking, and you are cooking, and you like people giving you feedback on the food that you have cooked. So you can be a chef and you're happy in that, then that's success for you. If you like traveling and you are a travel blogger, that's success for you. If you are happy in doing something and you like it, so that's success. I don't. For me, I don't feel like I am that successful enough to define success right now. I just like coding, and I am into a job that I like very much, and I love the work, and that's it. If you ask me this same question after 20 to 30 years, then I would be probably able to give a good answer.
Yes, sir, what you said very motivating for many of us. Now, after success, like, what is your point of view about failures and how do you tackle with the failures?
Okay, so sometimes you succeed and sometimes you learn, right? So there is nothing like failure. When you fail, you learn. So that's what I have learned, and I have learned it a very hard way because I used to fail and I used to think, okay, what am I doing? But it's not like that. You either you succeed or either you learn, and that learning help you in future. So never feel that I failed in something, because you learned something. Feel it like I have learned something, and this will eventually help me somewhere in my life.
So that is a very positive approach towards failure because since we all know that failures are the pillars of success, so like they will be a new learning venture for you. Sir, I have one more question for you. That how were you be able to like be so self consistent, like without deviating at all, just focused on one? How was that possible?
Okay, it's not like I didn't deviate. I like, so after doing something for a very long time, you eventually will get bored of it. So just take a break. uh, just go out, just spend some time with your friends, watch a movie, watch a series, go climb the mountains, go for a weekend or anything that you like, spend time with your family, have a family dinner or something. That will rejuvenate you, because maintaining some energy is like, it's only thing when you are happy from within, and whatever gives you happiness, uh, just do it. So you will like eventually get the energy back, and
So, sir, since you're mentioning about enjoying your life with your friends, family, so I have a personal question for you. That if you were about to choose like between your girlfriend and your friends, who would you choose and why would you choose?
so this is a very tough question, and I would like to skip this, because uh, uh, everyone is equally important for me. I love my friends, and I like to spend time with them. So that's why I'd like to skip this one.
No, that is a safe approach of skipping. Like if you are to choose one, you have to choose one.
Uh, so, is there something like I can choose having my girlfriend and going to some place with my friends along?
Okay, so that was a very safe play. So moving on to the next question, which we have that what do you feel like? How have social media influenced your life?
Okay, so personally, if you know that I don't use social media, I am like quite away from it. I have my Instagram, I have my Facebook, I have my Twitter, everything, but I don't use them frequently. Like if you text me, probably I would reply in 6 months or 1 year when I open the account. So that's how unfrequent I open my accounts in That has nothing to do with my career or anything, because it's a very personal choice on how you plan to use your social media. One thing that I would advise is keep like, since it's a virtual world, everything that happens in a social media is a virtual world. It's not the real world. So you don't make memories on social media. You don't. You just post pictures and you forget it. You make memories when you click those pictures. When you spend time to click those pictures. So yeah. So that's what I feel, and that has nothing to do with my career or anything that I have left social media. It's something that I don't like much. I rather spend a lot of time on LinkedIn or something that I like or see. So that's social media for me. Spend a lot of time on YouTube. So that's social media for me. Like, I spend time on Netflix, Amazon Prime. So that's how I get my rejuvenation. Like, that's how I spend my like the rest of the time, apart from my work or anything else. So, so
So, sir, what about LinkedIn? How has it influenced? Like,
okay.
what?
So initially, when I started using LinkedIn, I found it a very boring social media, to be very honest, because I used to see like all the professionals posting things, and like all the professionals, like someone is getting into some like MNC, someone is getting into like someone is building his own startup, someone is sharing what his job experiences, and I found it boring. But when I kept on using it, like, I used to learn everything something from LinkedIn, and and eventually I like to spend my time more on LinkedIn, because I felt when I am spending my like time on LinkedIn in my chill mind and I'm just browsing through something, I always used to get a positivity from here, from LinkedIn, which I not used to get from other social media, because there were a lot of negativity spread around what's happening, in politics, what's happening in the world, and what's happening. So I liked more of my time to spend on something which is positive, which shares positive things, and which shares about failures, which shares about journey. I follow comedians on LinkedIn, so there is nothing like I only follow professions. I follow comedians on LinkedIn, and I get memes on LinkedIn from there as well. So, so that is a place I didn't find a lot of negativity. I always found positivity, which I didn't find in other social media. So that's why I chose to rather spend my time on LinkedIn than on any other social media.
Okay, sir. So the next question which I have for you is like, how do you spend your leisure time? Like, what are your hobbies, your interests?
I was, to be very honest, I watch a lot of movies and web series. So that's how I spend my leisure time. Like, my since now it's a pandemic, so in Saturday, Sundays, there is also a very limited time that I go out. Obviously, and now the things have quite opened up. But since last 1 year, like more of the time was closed. So I used to spend time on like watching series, movies, uh, YouTube. Or that's how I like used to play cricket a lot. But since I'm not getting time to go out, I've started playing chess, and that's also I found it interesting. Sometimes I play games. Or like
Okay, sir. So, since many of us haven't enjoyed college life a bit also, so can you please, like, we would love to know from you, like, what the most craziest thing you did in college, the most craziest moment of your college life?
most craziest moment. Okay, so this was during the winters. Okay, there were n number of crazy, but this was especially one of the most craziest things that we have done. If you know NIT Agartala, so we have a lot of trees in our campus. So we have a lot of forest cover as well inside our campus. So we were staying in the winters. Everyone had left for home. So we were very few of my friends and I was there in the hostel for like the winters, and we wanted to celebrate the new year. So and we wanted to do have a bonfire in the hostel, but we planned everything. So we'll have a bonfire, we'll have snacks, and we'll have party and everything. We set up the music system, everything. But at the night, we recognized that no one bought food for the bonfire. Like, what is the point to do now? We don't have anything to start to plan. So we were in the night, one night, 12:30, we were roaming in the forest to collect goods so that we can have a bonfire. So we like in the new year we spent around 1.5 hours in the forest collecting woods, and we were coming like dragging some trees, branches or something to the hostel so that we can have a bonfire. And the guard was like, "What is this? What are you doing?" And when we lit the bonfire, the guard was also like, "Okay, this is something good. Let me also enjoy it."
So listening this to you has definitely made many of us jealous of you. So any other experience of college or
Okay, any other experience? We used to bunk classes, obviously. Like we used to have a lot of bunks, and once our teacher, like, he used to take the number of the one of the students of the class, and uh, so we were bunking that teacher's class for like 2 3 class. We were bunked continuously, and that day we were planning to like, okay, we have bunked 2 3 classes. We have to do this class. Okay, and it was not like I was bunking; the entire batch was bunking the class. So the teacher called me. Someone figured out my call number and he called me, and he was like, "So today you will be attending classes, right?" I was like, yes, sir, obviously we'll attend the classes. So I was like, okay, let's see. And I told the teacher that we'll attend classes, and uh, after me telling the teacher that somewhere in the group, a student made the plan to bunk classes. And since I have told the teacher was waiting in the classroom that we would be coming for the class, and still we bunked. The teacher then called me and he was like, if you didn't want to attend class, you should have told me straightforward. Why did you waste my time? And I was waiting that you would be coming. So that was a crazy experience.
that's really funny, sir. Sir, any more such moment or like such situation which has impacted your life greatly, like something which has brought a change in your life? Not necessarily that
Okay.
should be from your life.
Okay. I met one senior. He's currently working in Flipkart. So he was one senior that I always like. When I interacted with him, and I used to talk with him for like 30 minutes, 1 hour, and I still felt that I should get some more time to interact with him. So I missed that senior, and like that was, and I learned a lot of things from him, like from my career and other things as well. So yeah.
At least unlike us, you all were able to like interact with the senior. So now again one personal question: what would you prefer, diet or?
Sorry, I didn't get the question again.
I was asking that whether what you will prefer, a diet or day.
A diet or
Day.
date? Uh, I would prefer a date.
Okay. So that is what most of us would choose. Okay, so sir, there is a taboo in the society that IT sector jobs are very stressful. So what are your opinions? Like as you are experiencing this, what are your opinions on
Okay, so this can't be generalized. To be very honest, there are companies where you will. I will definitely say that there is very good work-life balance, and I am like very glad to be part of one such company where I get a very good work-life balance. I have like I have a job, but I still have my personal life. And there are some companies where obviously their work-life balance is good, but it still cannot be generalized for the entire company. There are some teams which may not have that good work-life balance. as compared to the other teams. But it is, I don't think this can be a general opinion. There is something that cannot be even generalized to a company. That is something which can be a team specific thing. Okay, a team might be not that not having that good work-life balance, but cannot be generalized for the company or the industry as well.
So one thing that most of us want to know that is it required to learn many programming languages for placements, or is it enough that you master in only one?
One is enough. And you don't need to be mastering 11 or 10 programming languages. You just need to know one programming language, and try to don't go for the breadth, try to go for the depth. If you learn one programming language very to the very depth, learn the data structures, have done more coding on it, then you can learn other in a very small amount of time. Like you can learn a programming language in 2 to 3 days or a week if you know all the basics of programming.
Since there are many programming languages in the market right now, which one would you prefer?
Okay, it depends on the kind of work that I would do specifically. It can't be like that I can choose one programming language. Like I can't choose one programming language and I can do everything on it. It would basically depend on the kind of work that I'm doing. If I have to build a website now, then I would supposedly go with JavaScript. If you want me to do machine learning, then I would pick a programming language like Python or Octave. If you are into Android or then Java or Kotlin is something that you can look into. Or you can even try React Native. So that's also JavaScript based. So it would basically depend. If you would ask me what language I would prefer for competitive programming, and I would say I do it in C++. So C++ and Java are some languages for competitive programming. So yeah, so it basically depends on what kind of work you need.
Okay, sir. So in most of the time in interviews, what happens is that we are just saying something and the interviewer cross questions out. How to tackle with that?
Okay, so one thing I would suggest is don't say things in interview that you are not confident on. Like if you have heard something, like if you have heard of cloud, and the interviewer is asking something, and you just go and tell about something about cloud or something about that you have just heard and you have not learned or you don't know anything about it. So don't do that mistake. Say things in the interview that you are confident on. Like if you are being asked a question about something and if you don't know it, like you have no idea, be it a very basic question. Don't try to build up answers in the interview. Even straightforward say sorry that sorry sir, I have not heard of this before. I will look into it. This is a good way. Personally, I do this. Like if I don't know something and the interviewer asks me, so I say, okay, I don't know it. Sorry, sir. So he also feels like okay, he's honest enough. He will not reject you on the basis of your honesty because you didn't know something. He will ask you something else and judge you on the basis of that. So interview is basically judging you. If someone is judging you in an interview, they will basically judge you on things you know. They won't judge you on things that you don't know. So that's how I see.
Okay, thank you, sir. And the last question that we have for you is that you being a software engineer, how do you engage yourself with the upcoming technologies?
Okay. So it's a software industry is very fast moving. Okay. So I myself work on a technology that is like I feel a next generation collaboration platform because that would bring collaboration into a completely new space. It's something that people have not yet experienced how collaboration should be. So and I learned that learn about new things every day in this industry. Even someone who is working in the industry for 10, 20 years, he also learns everything new every day. So just is that there is a lot of things coming up. You don't need to learn everything. Just you can, but you can learn small parts every day, and which will eventually help you become a better software engineer.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing all these beautiful instances of your life, all your experiences from your complete journey. And most importantly, thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. And I really hope that our audience, also us, we have learned a lot of new things from you throughout this session. And to everyone, to the audiences, I would like to say that if you have any questions for sir, you can please pop them in the comment section. And with this, I would like to leave and hand over to Priya, and she'll continue with the next part. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
Hello, sir. I'm back. So it's been a great rapid fire that you had right now. So I just don't want to disappoint my audience. So if you permit, I want to just take up at least two questions to satisfy them.
Yeah,
Is it
sure,
okay,
sure.
sir?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah. So the question is, how could you sense your development of intuition in coding?
Okay. So this is something I can generalize this thing. It's not something how you can sense your intuition in coding. Let's say, suppose you want to learn cooking. How would you approach it? You would try it, obviously, right? And if at the very first you would make very bad dishes, and then you will try to improve on it, and then you'll make good dishes, and then you can see, okay, whether I'm good on it, whether I like it or not. That's the most important thing. So the same goes for any profession, and it's same goes for coding as well. You just try it, just try to learn it. If you are able to, like, if you are able to learn it, if you are able to do it for a while, then you will eventually feel yourself like, okay, I am interested.
Sorry, sir, there was a network issue on my end. Uh,
No issues. Yeah.
yes, sir. So the last question of this live, sir. Sir, any advice you want to give the students, the audience, that you realized lately so that your juniors don't have to regret later? Is there anything as such you want to share?
Okay. Yeah, one thing that I would like completely to share here is there is no roadmap for success. There is no roadmap for anything. Everyone who has to be who has achieved some place or has been to a place, uh, so he has a different roadmap than from someone else. You will eventually be sharing your roadmaps 3, 4 years, 5 years down the line, that how you got into this, and your roadmap will completely be different from anyone else. So yeah, there is a method to achieve things. There is always a things that you have to learn, the things that you should know to do to achieve things. But your plan, your way of achieving things will always be very different from someone else. So don't be disheartened from anything. Don't be disheartened to that from your mistakes. Don't be disheartened from from the time that you didn't utilize much. Just even if you are starting today or even if you are planning to start, just start it. And if you want something and if you are passionate about it, you will eventually one day get it.
Yes, sir. So it's been an honor having you here. So thanks for your valuable time and being on the show today. Like you have been the first guest, and I hope this would be a great memory for us. So, how was your experience interacting with us? In your
It
words.
was like it was really fun. This is the very first time I am interacting with my super juniors and juniors. So I have interacted with my immediate juniors who are currently the finalists, but I didn't get much time to interact with the second years and now the first year I joined last year. So I didn't get any time to interact with them, and I personally wanted to interact with you guys, and it's like I felt more enjoyable. Uh, Talking with you all and discussing my college life. I like recherish some of the memories of my college life, so that also was like rejuvenating, and it was like the best way to spend my Sunday evening on something.
A pleasure, sir. A
Thank you
pleasure.
thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, thank you so much for being today. Like, I hope the audience must have learned something together from this. So, guys, if you have any questions, you can definitely pop in the comment section. And if you want to connect to Ritik sir on LinkedIn, I'll share the link in the comment section. You can check it out. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and don't forget to subscribe our channel so that you'll be hearing it out from many real stories, many real heroes coming to our podium talks and having such an great sessions. So coming Sunday, we'll be having it again. So this is all for today. Have a great day. Your Priya signing off.